Hey there, I'm Marco, and welcome to Actually Helpful. Before we dive into today's topic, let me quickly tell you what this channel is all about. Actually Helpful is your destination for fun and straightforward Salesforce training. No jargon, no gatekeeping, just clear answers you can actually use. You clicked on a video about coding Salesforce with AI. There are a lot of those out there, but here's what makes this one different. I've been in the Salesforce ecosystem for 25 years. I was there before it was called Salesforce. I've been a developer, a technical architect, a leader of massive enterprise transformations. I've built solutions for companies you definitely know, and I've seen the inside of this industry, the good, the bad, and the parts that don't make it into the marketing materials. Today, I'm the CEO of a startup that's still in stealth mode. We're building something I can't fully describe yet, but what I can tell you is this. We use AI to do in 1 week what used to take enterprise teams 6 months. And I'm here to share what I've learned with you. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to use Claude to write Salesforce code. But more than that, I'm going to tell you things that Salesforce partners have spent 25 years building a business model around, and why that model is about to shift. If you find value in this, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It honestly helps more than you know. And if you have questions as we go, drop them in the comments. I read them, I respond. That's what actually helpful means. All right, let's get into it. Before we talk about Claude and how to use it, we need to talk about context. And by context, I mean, how does this ecosystem actually work? Not the pretty version, the real version. I've spent 25 years in this world. I've been the junior developer grinding out triggers in the early days when there were barely any resources. I've been the architect designing solutions for global enterprises. I've been the consultant billing by the hour. And now I'm on the other side, building technology that changes the economics of all of it. Here are 3 things I've learned across 2.5 decades that you won't find in any certification guide. Number 1. The knowledge gap between admin and developer is partly manufactured. Now, I'm not saying there's no difference. There is. Deep platform knowledge matters. Architecture matters. Security matters. I've spent 25 years acquiring that knowledge, and I'm not about to tell you it's worthless. But here's the truth. A huge percentage of the Apex code written in real companies is repetitive. It's patterns, templates, the same structures over and over with different object names. Why does that matter? Because if the code is repetitive, then the barrier between I can click and I can code is lower than the certification industry wants you to believe. Salesforce has built 2 separate career tracks, 2 sets of certifications, 2 different salary bands. I've watched this divide grow over 25 years, and it's good for selling certifications and training. But is it good for you? Claude doesn't know the difference between an admin and a developer. It just knows how to write code, and that changes everything. Number 2, best practices have been used as a barrier to entry. When I started learning Salesforce development, back when it was still called Sforce, there were no Trailhead modules. There were no certification guides. There were a few forum posts and a lot of trial and error. I spent countless hours learning trigger patterns the hard way, making mistakes, hitting governor limits at 2 a.m., figuring out bulkification by breaking things in production, which I do not recommend. And look, these things matter. Governor limits are real. Bad code breaks orgs. 25 years of experience has taught me that. But here's what I realized after all these years. The patterns themselves aren't that complicated. What's complicated is remembering them while also remembering your business logic, your field names, your user requirements. Claude knows all the patterns. It's read every Stack Exchange post, every developer guide, every blog tutorial ever written. So when you ask it to write a trigger handler, it doesn't start from zero. It starts from a template that's been tested millions of times. Number 3, the consulting industry relies on time, not outcomes. I say this as someone who was a consultant for over 15 years. The traditional model is simple. You bill by the hour. The more hours, the better. There's no incentive to be fast. I've billed a lot of hours in my career, hundreds of thousands, and I was good at it. I delivered value, but I also watched the model from the inside. Claude breaks that model. A task that might have taken a consultant 4 hours to research, write, and test can now be scaffolded by someone with Claude in 15 minutes. Does that replace the consultant entirely? No. For complex architecture, for security reviews, for governance, you still need expertise. But for the everyday stuff, the I just need a helper class stuff, you can do that yourself now. And the people who benefit most aren't the consultants. It's the people inside the companies, the admins, the business analysts, the folks who actually understand the problems because they live with them every day. That's who I'm making this video for. So here's where most people go wrong. They open Claude and they type, "Write me a trigger," and Claude writes them a trigger. A perfectly fine, completely useless trigger, because Claude has no idea what they actually need. Here's a mental model I want you to adopt. Imagine Claude is a brilliant developer who just joined your company. Today's their first day. They've read all the documentation, but they've never seen your org. They don't know your custom objects. They don't know your field names. They don't know your business logic. If you say write a trigger, they'll give you something generic, technically correct, completely unusable. But if you sit them down and explain the situation, now they can help. So I use a simple formula, 3 parts, every single time. Part 1, set the role. Tell Claude who to be. You're a Salesforce architect with 20 years of experience. This changes everything. It tells Claude to think about governor limits, about bulk patterns, about enterprise best practices. The code comes out differently. Part 2, describe the situation. What objects, what fields, what relationships? Be painfully specific. I have a custom object called project with a lookup to account. Part 3, state the requirement. Exactly what should happen. When should it happen? When status changes to completed, update a roll-up count. Simple, clear. Let me show you what this looks like. Bad prompt. Write code to update accounts. Claude has no idea what you want. Good prompt. You're a Salesforce developer. I have a custom object called project. Please write an Apex trigger that's bulk safe. See the difference? Now Claude knows exactly what you need. All right, let's build something real. I'm not going to show you live coding. Frankly, watching someone type is boring. Instead, I'm going to show you the prompts I use and the code Claude gives back. Here's the scenario. You're on a support team. You need to create a high priority case right from the account page. I type, you're a Salesforce developer. Write an Apex class called Account Case Helper. It needs a method called Create High Priority Case. It should accept an account ID as input. It should create a new case with subject High Priority Follow-up. Simple, right? Now here's what Claude gives back. Let's look at what Claude did here. First, it added an account verification step. Before creating the case, it checks if the account actually exists. If not, it throws an error. That's smart. Second, it used proper formatting and comments. The code is readable. But wait, I just realized something. The support team will want context. When they call the customer back, they'll want to know the account's phone number and location. Let's add that. I type, great. Now modify the method. Before creating the case, get the account's phone and billing city. And here's what Claude returns. Notice what happened. Claude added the phone and billing city to the query. It built the description string using those values, and it kept all the original error handling. This is the flow. You start simple. Claude builds. You refine. Claude adjusts. Back and forth. Let's break down what happened. Claude handled the entire class structure, the method signature, the SOQL syntax, the error handling, the string formatting. I handled the business requirement and the refinement based on real user needs. This is the partnership. Building new code is fun, but here's where Claude really earns its keep. Fixing broken stuff. Let me show you 2 realistic scenarios. Scenario 1. I take that class we just built and try to use it in a flow. I test it, and I get this error. Method does not exist or incorrect signature. Void create high priority case ID. I ask Claude. I type, I tried to use this class in a flow and got this error. What's wrong? Claude responds, the issue is likely in your flow configuration. Check your flow settings and make sure the action is configured to receive the return value. See what Claude did? It helped me troubleshoot the integration between my code and the declarative tool. That's a genuine assistant. Scenario 2. The classic Salesforce nightmare. I write a trigger, test it with 5 records, works perfectly. Then someone runs it on 200 records, and I get system limit exception, too many SOQL queries, 101, governor limits. I've been hitting these limits for 25 years. They're like an old friend. I ask Claude. I type, I ran this trigger on 200 records. Can you fix it to be bulk safe? Claude immediately spots the problem. a SOQL query inside a for loop. Classic mistake. And here's the fix. Claude rewrites the whole thing. This is exactly what a senior architect would do. Claude just did it in 30 seconds. Okay, we've built the code. We've fixed the bugs. We've made it safe. Now we have to talk about the part that every developer secretly hates. Documentation. I know. Nobody wants to write documentation. But here's the thing I've learned after 25 years. Documentation isn't for you now. It's for you 6 months from now. Guess what? Claude loves writing documentation. I type, "Please write documentation for this account case helper class." And Claude gives me this: a clean description, method signature, example call, and dependencies. Clean, clear, ready to use. This alone saves so much time. So, here we are, 10 minutes in. You've seen what Claude can do. I've been in this ecosystem for 25 years. I've seen platforms rise and fall. I've seen technologies that were supposed to change everything fizzle out. And I'm telling you, this one is different. The old way of implementing Salesforce, months of requirements, months of development, months of testing, that model is about to change permanently. With tools like Claude, you can now do in days what used to take months, not because you're smarter than everyone else, but because you've learned how to partner with AI. Here's what I want you to take away. You don't need to wait for some company to sell you a solution. You don't need to hire a consultant for every little thing. You have access to this tool right now, today. The people who figure this out, the admins who start writing code, those people are going to be in high demand. I want that to be you. That's why this channel exists. Actually Helpful is about giving you tools you can actually use. If this video helped you, please hit that subscribe button. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I read every single one. Thank you for spending this time with me. Now go build something. You've got this. See you in the next video.